Hello everyone, today I have another guitar preamp for you, Yerasov Vital Higain VH-5. I believe it is necessary to say a couple words about the company first, because many of you probably have never heard about it before. Well, Yerasov is in business since 1988, and they are really big in Russia. If you take a look at the artist page, you'll find a picture of Viktor Smolsky, a pretty famous guitarist in Germany. At the same time, the company was constantly present at the Music Messe exhibition in Frankfurt, Germany since 2001. Some years ago, they've also made some noise in Europe with their Bulldozer amp. Back to the device. VH-5 is one of 6 preamps of VTube series. This series was first introduced in April 2015, and Vital Higain was announced in August 2016. A short description at the official website says it was inspired by Higain amps built by Steve Fryatt, which means VHT amps, at some point renamed to Fryatt amps. If you take a look at Wikipedia, you'll find out that Fryatt amps are mostly admired by those who play hard and very hard music. I would say these amps are sort of exotic outside of the United States. I happen to have one, but I've never met another happy owner of such thing. There are not many other options to get that sound. Yerasov Vital Higain is one of a few. As for the price, in the official web store Yerasov.com it is offered for 210 euros. They also have worldwide shipping. Other than that, in Great Britain you can get it from the distributor at www.yerasov.co.uk. They have most of the stock, including tube amps and effect pedals. In the United States, there is a place called RedSquareAudioBoutique.com. They offer effects and preamps, and I found another store in Italy, Beni Strumenti Musicali. They have some Yerasov products in stock as well. 日本でもディストリビューターがあります。Yerasov.jp にアクセスしてください。Okay, let's take a look at what's inside of the box. The first thing is a recent product catalog. Then you've got a manual, this one is in Russian, and the manufacturer mentioned they're gonna include an English version as soon as worldwide sales begin. VH-5 is a 2-channel preamp with separate tone controls for each channel. There's a headphones output with cabinet simulation, and an effect loop, such as you can monitor the effects through the headphones. It takes 9V power supply with negative center. I like the serial number, my device is one of the first 10, not bad. Overall, the pedal feels pretty solid, with an exception of control knobs, which are a bit shaky. The weight is 413 grams, which is more than an average pedal, but this is a 2-channel preamp with the capsule we're looking at. Here it is in pounds, in ounces. And here are the dimensions. As always, this review would not be complete without showing you what's inside. Here we can see why knobs are shaken, because they're not connected to the enclosure in any way. I was expecting to see a lot of SMD components, but it is pretty old school instead. There are possibilities for modifications, but please don't try unless you really know what you're doing. There are 2 boards, a bass board which is common for the whole series of pedals, and preamp specific board with controls on it. As always, there are no user serviceable parts inside, so don't try this at home. For this demonstration, I'm using my cabinet simulator, and a proper power supply is important to avoid unnecessary noise. Let's begin with a clean channel. There's enough headroom, and you can even get some crunch tone from it. Let's go through several EQ settings in Drive Channel real quick. This thing has huge amount of gain. Let's check the built-in cabinet simulator connected directly to the sound card. Clean channel through the cap seam. To give you a better feeling about the sound, let me show you what it sounds like with different guitar cabinets. All these profiles were recorded using the same microphone at the same position. You can download them from my website, I'll give you a link in the description. Let's check the effect loop. As you can hear, the effect loop is placed after the preamp, and at the same time before internal cabinet simulation. It only makes sense if you're monitoring yourself through the headphones, or want to send a signal with effects and cabinet simulation to the front of the house. Otherwise, just put your effects after VH5 and it will sound the same. As I mentioned before, Vital Higain was inspired by VHT or Fried amps. However, it's not supposed to be the same. And it can't. For example, this VHT preamp has 3 channels, a lot of different settings, master EQ, FX loop, MIDI. I would say it is almost overcomplicated, too many parts, some mistakes in the design, low reliability. To be honest, this VHT preamp is something I truly regret buying. Well, don't get me wrong, the sound is cool, but the reliability sucks. Once it almost ruined my gig. And the worst thing is, it's almost impossible to get rid of it. Its original price was like, what, 1,600 bucks? Well, good luck finding a guy willing to pay more than 50% of that for a second-hand device. From this perspective, I expect something completely opposite from Yerasov. So, let's finally put them face to face. Lead channel of VHT versus drive channel of VH5. VHT on channel A, Vital Higain on channel B. The output goes to the cabinet simulator with my favorite preset. Tone controls on VHT are all the way up, but Yerasov still has some headroom.
How about low gain? do some high gain stuff. Let's do some really high gain stuff.
I enable boost on VHT and gain is on maximum, but VH-5 still has a lot of spare gain.
Well, that was nice, but I actually know why you need this preamp. Because you want to do some evil shit!
I have another special preset for that, let's check it out. Let's put all the facts together. VH-5 is a 2-channel preamp with built-in cabinet simulator. It has an effect loop and a headphones output. It's not too big and just a little bit heavier than an average effect pedal. 2 pros and cons. You have full control thanks to separate tone and volume knobs for both channels. Presence control is a plus, as well as phones output with dedicated volume control. The noise level is low compared to tube preamps. At the same time, this device cannot run on battery. You will need a power supply. And those shaky potentiometers is a questionable solution. At the end I have to say I had no experience with Yerasov before, therefore I had no expectations. But now I can tell the VH-5 does the job well and leaves a good impression. It's up to you to decide how close it gets or it doesn't get to the sound of VHT. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll try to answer all your questions. As always, feel free to like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. That's it for the moment. Thanks for watching.